going on?
Thank you so much.
Pay like $1 million.
Shout out TMZ, you up?
Let me check out that rig.
TMZ stands for the Mayweather Zone.
How'd you find me, bro? I got a bunch of scars on.
I love my TMZ family.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. I'm Mike Babcock with my guy, as always, Mojo Muhtadi. Mojo, we're going to start with an Olympic legend, Mary Lou Retton, who got a DUI a couple of months back in West Virginia. And now we have gotten the police body camera footage, Mojo, and it's a pretty shocking interaction. Mary Lou Retton, first of all, if you're not familiar or if you're on the younger side, she was, you know, Mojo, Simone Biles, you know how big of a star she is. Well, Mary Lou Retton, she might not have been as talented as Simone Biles because nobody is, let's face it, but she was every bit the star that Simone Biles is and probably bigger. She was the first American female gymnast to win the all-around competition, Mojo. And again, it was just an Olympics that captivated the world with everything going on with the United States and Russia, and she was the biggest thing going. Well, again, we knew back then, a couple months ago, May 17th to be exact, she had received this DUI after she was pulled over for what was originally a reckless driving stop. But as you'll see, when cops began to talk with her, they began to believe that she was under the influence of alcohol. And what unfolded, again, Mojo, the only word that comes to mind is sad. Watch this.
Okay, leave your phone there. I'm going to run you through some field sobriety tests, okay?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. But we have to. I want you to not jump, don't step off the line. It's going to be heel to toe. Touch your heel to your toe, okay? And I want you to count out loud. I know. Okay, well, let's heel to toe, okay?
1, 2,
Keep your hands down to your side.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Go ahead and put your hands around your back for me.
No!
Yeah,
you're under arrest.
Yeah, you're under arrest.
Take a deep breath. This is not.
No, I'm not!
No, don't be hitting. Come on, this will be fine.
Oh my God! I mean, really? You are?
I know who you are.
I know you know who I am.
Yeah.
Come on.
I gotta do my job no matter who you are.
Oh my God, it's West Virginia's first daughter.
I know.
Whatever.
It is okay.
I'll die here and you guys will live with that.
I say it's sad because, you know, she's got an oxygen tank. She's literally taking hits off the oxygen in between the field sobriety exercises, Mojo, and again, ultimately found herself in cuffs. She ultimately pled no contest and was essentially paid a fine and now has got this whole legal thing behind her. But I think a lot of people worried about her, Mojo. She's had some health problems over the years and now this, and you hope she's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. The oxygen tank makes this just a little bit worse, right?
Yeah.
You'd see kind of like a fallen American hero, someone that was on top of the world, that did so much for the game and the country.
Yeah.
And then you run into this situation later on in life. I mean, granted, this is decades later. You can't just ride that wave that long, especially when you're talking about mistakes like this. I think I say this every time we cover a segment similar to this, Babcock. If you identify yourself as a celebrity, it's almost going to become a worse situation for you, right? Because then there's a lot more media around it, a lot more impressions, and the cops almost feel like they have to follow through with this because you just can't be seen publicly letting off celebrities and holding them to a different standard and a different rule book, you know? So, I mean, if you're a celebrity and you're getting into trouble, probably the best thing you can do is just shut up and, you know, handle this situation as civilly as you can, because you're only going to make it worse for yourself. I mean, I don't think her saying that is probably going to change any potential fines or sentencing, but in the eye of the public, this is probably making things a lot worse. I mean, we're looking at her walking the line right now. you gotta think that even if she was drinking, I mean, this is Mary Lou
Oh,
Retton.
she's good.
She could have done that in her sleep. This is actually an event in gymnastics. So see her struggling like that, you can just tell that this is a tough situation, and she was probably sent to where she should have been sent to in the same set of circumstances.
Yeah, Mojo, and you know, like you said, she is such an incredible athlete, and still even to this day, she was actually able to get by at least on the walking the straight line. It was with some of the other tests where she was really struggling. We have a bunch more video. This is obviously is a pretty lengthy stop, so if you're interested in seeing some of that video, just go to the TMZ Sports website where we've got it all up there. Again, she is an Olympic hero. She's an American hero, and you hope she's okay. But hero or not, you can't drive drunk. All right, Mojo, let's move on to some controversy in the WNBA world. I'll tell you what, while the WNBA game has never been more popular, there has never been more controversy, and it seems to always center around two women. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, Mojo. Of course, we know they are rivals. They are rivals going back to college, and now very much so in the pros. Well, awesome honor that we found out about a little bit earlier today for Angel Reese, who is obviously a big time star. She has landed the cover, Mojo, of the NBA 2K26 WNBA edition, and there is the cover. There is Angel, obviously, driving to the hoop, Mojo, and a lot of people have looked at this and said, okay, cool, Angel, but where is Caitlin Clark? And that's really what a lot of fans have said today, wondering why it's not Caitlin. I don't think necessarily it's shade towards Angel, but let's be honest here. There has never, ever been a WNBA star of Caitlin Clark's popularity. And I think a lot of people, Mojo, because of that said, hey, it should have been her on the cover. Nonetheless, it's not. And an Angel Reese cover looks pretty good, I'll say that.
I mean, hey, Babcock, if you're trying to drive awareness that there's the game here and get as many people to talk about it, is this the best move? I mean, is putting Caitlin Clark on the cover going to spark as much conversation as maybe putting Angel on and starting the controversy and the conversation? I mean, would we be talking about it here on TMZ Sports? Would it have made a segment, an entire segment on our illustrious show here if it would have been Caitlin Clark? I don't know, because that's what everyone expected. So, I mean, if you're looking at it from just purely that standpoint, maybe this was the move. You know, I'm not saying that Angel didn't deserve to be in the conversation. Obviously, as someone who transferred out of Maryland, in my Maryland Terrapins, I'm never going to necessarily go out of my way to praise her. But still, either way, I think in that regard, it's mission accomplished. But if you're Caitlin Clark, Babcock, how are you feeling? I mean, are you going to treat this cover like it's the Madden curse? I mean, do you just say, all right, that's how we're going to do these things? All right, well, I don't ever want to be on the cover. Don't ever use me for the cover. I'm just going to, stay over here and stay away from this game and worry about my game on court and not my game while I'm sitting in a chair playing on the sticks.
MMA legend Randy Couture airlifted to a burn center after a scary crash on a racetrack in Kansas City. The very latest on the condition of the UFC Hall of Famer when TMZ Sports returns right after this. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, a terrifying situation for one of the real original UFC superstars. Randy Couture was on Tuesday involved in a bad race car accident, Mojo, in Kansas City, Missouri. Now, Randy had been actually practicing racing for a SCAG racing team, and he was later this year was actually going to make his actual debut as a race car driver in an NHRA race. It's obviously a big deal, Mojo. During a practice run again yesterday, Randy was involved in a car accident, and the car was demolished, Mojo. In the accident, Randy sustained some really serious injuries, including first and second degree burns, different traumatic injuries to his body, as well as smoke inhalation. Mojo, it was so bad that they airlifted Randy, who was, again, one of the most tough guys you will ever come across, quite literally, the first double champion in the UFC, first champion in 2 different weight classes, light heavyweight and heavyweight. He's a 6-time champion. He's as badass as they come, Mojo, but Randy was in a bad way after this accident. That's how serious it was. They airlifted him to a local hospital where he is now in the hospital being treated for those injuries. We actually had a picture of his arm and his hand, Mojo. You will see he's all bandaged up. It shows you how bad these burns were. Thankfully, we're told, Mojo, that he is expected to make a full recovery. So this doesn't seem like it's life-threatening. Randy is going to be okay. But bottom line is, this guy is really in the hospital battling these injuries right now, Mojo, in what sounds like an awful, terrible crash that could have even been far worse.
Yeah, man. Anytime you're talking about having to airlift somebody out of there, you know that's going to be intense. I mean, Babcock, I've been to the NHRA races. I've been in the pits. Man, you watch it on TV, it's nothing like being there in person and just seeing the speed and velocity of these vehicles. It's absolutely insane. So I can't imagine what being in a wreck in one of those things looks like, whether, you know, he was actually competing as a professional or even doing like a test run for fun. It doesn't really matter. Those things have some serious speed to them. So I can't imagine what that would be like. And I hate to say it, Randy Couture probably couldn't imagine what it was going to been like too. I mean, this is the dude that has probably suffered every injury in the book, every kind of beating, broken bone, taken every shot under the sun in his career in the UFC as a double champ. I can't imagine that any of that prepared him for smoke inhalation and the things that can happen from being in a wreck of this magnitude. Very serious concern. I mean, with the smoke inhalation, who knows how that's going to affect him in the future, but good to hear that he's going to make a full recovery. A fantastic guy. I've done a few events with him in the past, and he was just always such a nice guy, which you still never expect from a UFC champion. You know, you expect him to be so badass and unapproachable. I mean, this dude was always so much fun. So I'm glad he's going to be okay. Let's get him there sooner than later.
Yeah, Mojo, I could not agree more. And I think that's what you hear from most people when they talk about Randy. Obviously, in addition to that amazing UFC career, which really gave birth to names like John Jones and to Conor McGregor. But the guy is a really accomplished actor, worked alongside, Sly Stallone and a bunch of other big action stars, and is also a veteran. He is a U.S. military veteran, so I think we all obviously send our best wishes to Randy Couture. Get well soon. We are one step closer to seeing Adrien Peterson and his poker rival settle their beef in a boxing ring. One of the competitors has officially signed a contract. Find out who next on TMZ Sports. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, Adrien Peterson. Remember the future Hall of Fame running back was involved in that crazy brawl at a poker room in Houston on May 27th. Well, Mojo, we might be getting ready for a rematch because there is some movement in the quest to get these guys in a real deal boxing match against one another. Now, first things first, if you haven't seen the video, you're probably living under a rock. This video is everywhere. But if you haven't seen the video, or if you forgot, this was, again, late May, early morning hours in Houston. Adrien versus a guy named Baby Joe. So there it was, Mojo. You can only imagine what everyone in that room was thinking as Adrien Peterson is in a full-blown fist fight with somebody right at the table there. Well, we know, we covered it on the show, that Damon Feldman, the legend, the OG, the GOAT when it comes to celebrity boxing, he made both men an offer. Well, Mojo, as we sit here and talk right now on Wednesday afternoon, Adrien Peterson hasn't yet signed, but that may be happening soon. Somebody who has is Baby Joe Castaneda. We have talked to Damon, we've talked to other people in the know, Mojo, and they have told us that yes, in fact, he has signed a letter of intent to participate in this boxing match. As a matter of fact, Baby Joe even went to his social media page, and here's what he had to say. First step completed. Sign the LOI so TMZ Celebrity Boxing can start promoting and see what numbers we can find out there. Soho, let's eat. Now, I will clarify that there is no official TMZ participation in this, at least not right now, Mojo. We did, however, break the story that the guys were in the fight. So Joe's down. There is a lot of reason to believe that Adrien is as well, Mojo. Again, has not yet signed, but this is actually a fight that could happen. I know we talk about these celebrity fights a lot. A lot of offers are made. A lot of fights are not ultimately had. This may be the one where it actually goes down.
And if it's up to me, Babcock, it's going to happen under the TMZ banner. If it's up to me or Baby Joe, because we are aligned. I like the ring to this TMZ celebrity boxing. Why are we talking about everybody else's events when we can be putting on our own? I mean, we're the ones building all the hype for these fights in the first place, Babcock. So I don't know. I got questions about the structure here. I mean, how are you and I going to be utilized in this thing? I mean, do we both pick one guy, help train him, walk him to the ring?
Referee, maybe, Mojo. I think you need to ref this thing.
A referee spot could work, but if I'm reffing, you're ring announcing, pal. I mean, I think you got the look for it. I think you got the voice for it. Bruce Buffer, all the Buffers, matter of fact, better step aside for this one. This would be fun. I would love to partake in this alongside you, my friend. But this fight itself, I'm wondering who a training camp benefits more. Yeah. AP's been through one. Didn't seem to help him overly much in that little poker side brawl there. No. As for Baby Joe, I mean, does he even have that much fight experience? Has he been through a fight camp? I mean, give that dude a camp. Who knows what he's going to be looking like afterwards? Or maybe he just doesn't want to do it. Maybe he doesn't have the work ethic that AP has. I mean, let's remember who AP was when he played football. As bad as his boxing career has gone so far, that's how good he was on an NFL gridiron. So there's that.
As he is just dropped with a crushing right from Le'Veon Bell. I'll say this, Mojo. I keep going back to the fact that he is such an amazing athlete. I keep thinking with some training that Adrien could be dangerous. A run scores in unlikely fashion at a minor league baseball game in Florida. Something I promise you have never seen before is coming your way when TMZ Sports rolls on right after this.
Buckle up, party people, because the TMZ After Dark Tour has hit Hollywood! Get ready for a 2-hour rager on wheels with the DJ dropping beats as we hit Sunset and Hollywood Boulevard, baby! We see the hottest restaurants, sickest clubs, and stop at banging bars along the way. The festivities kick off every weekend from the Hard Rock Cafe at 7:30 p.m. So head to TMZTour.com to book your tickets for the TMZ After Dark Tour! It's gonna be epic!
So he's on third with nobody out. 1-1 the count on Paulie. A huge crash of lightning as Contreras kicked. And it's a balk.
Wow. They're going to call that a balk, and everybody jumped.
Mother Nature gives Jacksonville a run. It's 2-1, and Norfolk is arguing the call, but I don't know how you can argue that. Unfortunately,
it's unfortunate timing. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Wow. I mean, that was a humongous roll of thunder, as if Zeus was throwing a thunderbolt in the vicinity of this ballpark, and the entire ballpark jumped up. In fact, some fans are not even waiting. They're going to go for cover right now, even though it's not raining. So,
look, I understand why Tim Fedorovich is upset. Unfortunately, it is a rule. It is the ball.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, if there was a perfect clip to go along with That's Baseball, Susan, it would be this right here because, like we always say, you never know what's going to happen in a baseball game. Now, this was not a big league game, but it is a minor league game, a AAA game to be exact, that was being played last night, Tuesday night, between the Norfolk Tides and the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimps, my favorite minor league team since 2 minutes ago. Mojo, you see what happened there. The Norfolk guy on the mound, and there is the loudest crash of thunder. Now, they said balk. If you're not familiar with the rules of baseball, essentially a balk is when a pitcher makes like an illegal move on the mound. Essentially, you don't want to be able to deceive the batters, so you've got to go through your windup and throw the ball, and that's it. If you do anything else, like jump because of lightning, all the runners advance. It's not like a walk, Mojo, where you would only advance if there's a force. Everybody moves forward a base. So there was a guy on third base at the time when the balk happened, and because of that, he is called home. He scores a run. Everybody in the whole park, though, jumped, Mojo. I've never seen anything like it. Crazy.
4 words for you, Babcock. All weather, all terrain. That's how we were taught to play the game when young Mojo was playing the old sport of foosball, known as football to some. Yeah. This is what you're supposed to be used to, man. You play in the elements. This is an outdoor game. You got to be ready for weather. I mean, the fact that it like scared him so much, he just stopped cold. Like that's very funny to me. I mean, sometimes when you're at these games, you almost can't even discern thunder from like a really loud, hostile crowd. They're both equally loud and shake the stadium. But this was great. I mean, I thought this was really funny. I give it a balk in my book too. I could see the other argument. I mean, hey, you cancel games for weather. Right. You can't like cancel a single play here. You know, like one pitch. But that's not what the ump decided, and the game must go on, and you, sir, balked.
That's it. You may never.
You shook, you flinched.
You may never see that again in a baseball game. So there you go. We got to go, Mojo. We are out of time. We got a lot to talk about tomorrow. It's going to be a big show.
That's right, Babcock. It'll be insert Thunderbolt here. The best show since today.
I'm a lawyer.